Is Peter Thiel a name to admire or one to fear? Let's find out. Peter Thiel isn't just another American billionaire. He's a man whose immense influence spans politics, technology, and even the future of America itself. In today's video, we'll take you inside the secretive world of Peter Thiel and uncover how he wields such extraordinary power. Let's dive in. Early years. The story of one of the greatest entrepreneurs of our time started on October 11, 1967. Peter Andreas Thiel was born in Frankfurt, West Germany, to Klaus Friedrich Thiel and Susanna Thiel. When Peter was just 1 year old, his parents made a life-changing decision to move to the United States. They settled in Cleveland, Ohio, where Klaus worked as a chemical engineer for various mining companies. Not long after, Peter became a big brother when the family welcomed his younger sibling, Patrick Michael Thiel. Life as immigrants wasn't easy for the Thiels. While Peter's mother managed to become a U.S. citizen, his father couldn't. Eventually, Peter himself earned his American citizenship. But growing up in this uncertain environment came with its challenges. Peter's early years were far from stable. He switched preschools 7 times before finally attending a school in Swakopmund. Even with all the disruptions, his brilliance stood out. Later, while at Bowditch Middle School in Foster City, California, he showed off his extraordinary talents by winning first place in a statewide math competition. Peter went on to study philosophy at Stanford University, where he didn't just excel academically, he made his mark as a leader and thinker. In 1987, he co-founded the Stanford Review, a conservative and libertarian student newspaper. The idea came in response to Stanford replacing its Western culture program with a course focused on diversity and multiculturalism. Thiel served as the paper's first editor-in-chief, and with backing from political thinker Irving Kristol, the publication quickly gained traction. Even after graduating in 1989, Peter stayed connected to the paper, mentoring its staff, funding its operations, and helping its contributors land internships and jobs through his network. After completing his philosophy degree, he took on another challenge: law school. He graduated from Stanford Law School in 1992, setting the stage for what would become an extraordinary career. Career begins. After graduating from law school, Peter Thiel began his career as a clerk for Judge James Larry Edmondson at the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit. He later worked at several law firms, gaining experience, but ultimately realizing that the legal field wasn't where his true passions lay. By 1993, Peter was juggling 2 very different roles at Credit Suisse. He specialized in derivatives trading, focusing on currency options. At the same time, he wrote speeches for William Bennett, the former U.S. Secretary of Education. These roles gave him a unique combination of skills in finance and communication that would prove invaluable later. In 1996, Peter moved back to California. Just as the dot-com boom was taking off, the Bay Area was buzzing with new technology startups and internet-based businesses, and Peter decided it was the perfect time to dive into the tech world. He launched his own venture capital firm, Thiel Capital Management, raising $1 million from friends and family to get started. This marked the beginning of his incredible journey as a tech entrepreneur and investor. One of Peter's first investments was in an online calendar project started by his friend Luke Nosek. He put $100,000 into it, but the project ultimately failed. Instead of seeing it as a loss, Peter viewed it as a learning experience. Through Luke, he met Max Levchin, a brilliant thinker with an idea for a company centered around cryptography. In 1998, this idea evolved into FieldLink, a company focused on developing secure digital payment systems. This was the first step in what would become a legendary career in tech. Later, FieldLink was rebranded as Confinity. Peter Thiel's journey into the world of tech giants began with PayPal. After identifying gaps in his previous company, Thiel envisioned a platform that would allow people to make online payments without worrying about security. His solution was a digital wallet that used encrypted data on electronic devices. In 1999, his company Confinity launched PayPal, and soon, Tech giants like Nokia were lining up to fund its growing success. By 2002, PayPal went public and was eventually acquired by eBay for $1.5 billion, marking a major milestone in Thiel's rise to prominence in the tech world. Clarium Capital. Even after selling PayPal, Peter Thiel wasn't ready to slow down. Instead, he set his sights on expanding his tech empire even further. He invested $10 million to launch Clarium Capital Management, a company focused on currencies, interest rates, commodities, and stocks. But what truly set Peter apart was his remarkable ability to predict market trends. His insights, particularly around the value of the US dollar, were spot on time and again, helping Clarium grow steadily. However, 2006 wasn't a great year for the firm, and while there was hope for a rebound in 2007, things took a turn for the worse in 2008 when the financial crisis hit. The crisis caused significant losses for Clarium, and by 2011, the firm had struggled to recover during the economic rebound. Many investors, losing faith, pulled their money out. As a result, the value of Clarium shrank to just $350 million, with 2/3 of that being Peter's own investment. Palen Technologies. Peter Thiel's growing empire in finance and technology took a major leap forward with the launch of Palen Technologies in 2003. Fun fact, Peter is a huge fan of science fiction, with J.R.R. Tolkien being one of his favorite authors. That's actually where the name Palantir comes from, an object in Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings series that lets people see things from afar. It was a fitting name for a company focused on helping people see and understand vast amounts of data. Palantir's roots were firmly planted in the intelligence community, and the company revolutionized the way organizations handled massive data sets to make decisions. The idea for Palantir came to Peter based on his experience at PayPal, where data analysis was key to fighting fraud. He realized this approach could be applied to other major challenges, like counterterrorism. After the September 11th attacks, the US government was grappling with a dilemma: how to balance security and privacy. Peter saw Palantir as a way to help agencies analyze critical data while still protecting people's privacy. It didn't take long for Palantir to catch the attention of government intelligence agencies. The company quickly became involved in counterterrorism and national security efforts, giving Peter an immense amount of influence in these areas. But Palantir didn't just focus on government work, it also developed software solutions for businesses. The company's success attracted major investors, and soon it had formed powerful alliances with tech giants like Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, and Google. Palantir's growth and impact were undeniable, and Peter's vision was becoming a driving force in both the tech and national security sectors. Founders Fund. In 2005, Thiel established Founders Fund, a venture capital firm that quickly solidified his reign over Silicon Valley. Based in San Francisco, Founders Fund made its mark by investing in promising startups at their earliest stages. The results? Well, let's just say Peter's investments paid off massively. Founders Fund had stakes in some of the biggest success stories in tech, including Facebook, Spotify, SpaceX, LinkedIn, Quora, DeepMind, and many more. But Peter didn't stop there. In 2017, he made another bold move that further solidified his influence. He decided to invest around $20 million in Bitcoin. At the time, it was a risky move, but it paid off in a big way. By 2018, the value of his Bitcoin investment had skyrocketed into the hundreds of millions. With moves like this, it almost felt like Peter was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers, cementing his position as a true king of Silicon Valley, making calculated investments in some of the most groundbreaking companies in tech history. The influence in politics. Peter Thiel's entrance into politics raised a lot of questions. Was he just backing his personal political views, or was he positioning himself for a bigger role down the road? Regardless, he's made his mark on political history, describing himself as a conservative libertarian and supporting the movement of national conservatism. Back in 1995, Thiel and his friend David O. Sachs co-wrote a book called The Diversity Myth, which criticized political correctness and multiculturalism in colleges. He didn't shy away from controversial opinions, even taking aim at tech giants. Thiel is also a member of the Bilderberg Group, a secretive gathering of influential figures across various sectors. But it was his unexpected involvement in Donald Trump's presidential campaigns that really turned heads. In both of Trump's election bids, Peter threw his support behind the billionaire, using his powerful position in Silicon Valley to back the candidate. Thiel's contributions to Trump's first campaign were around $1.3 million, a surprising move, especially considering that most Silicon Valley elites were backing Hillary Clinton. However, Thiel's political journey didn't stop there. In 2024, he made headlines again when he announced he wouldn't be donating to any presidential candidates, following a mixed outcome after spending $32 million on Republican candidates during the 2022 midterms. What makes Thiel's support for Trump even more surprising is the fact that he's openly gay and has been married to Matt Danzisen since 2017. Despite his personal identity, Thiel has supported more conservative gay rights causes. He even donated $10,000 to help fight same-sex marriage bans in Minnesota in 2012. Thiel has also aligned himself with conservative figures like James O'Keefe, contributing $1 million to the Club for Growth, an organization that advocates for conservative economic policies like tax cuts. Peter Thiel, a Silicon Valley billionaire with a net worth of over $15 billion, seems to have it all. He's got the wealth, the power, and the technological genius to influence almost anything. The question now is, what's his next move? With his strategic mind and ability to shape industries, it's anyone's guess. But one thing is certain, Thiel's influence is only going to grow. How do you think Peter Thiel will shape the future of American industries? The comment section is yours. Let us know your thoughts. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with all our latest content. Thank you for watching.